Arav never believed in fate, but the first time he saw Mira, something changed. It was a rainy evening in Mumbai, the streets glistening under dim streetlights. Arav, a struggling writer, was sitting in a small cafe, lost in his thoughts, when she walked in. She was different, not in the way she looked, but in the way she carried herself, confident, yet delicate. Her laughter was soft, almost like a melody that lingered long after it was gone. Arav couldn't stop staring. Fate, or perhaps luck, placed them at the same table when the cafe ran out of seats. "Do you always stare at strangers like that?" Mira asked, raising an eyebrow but smiling. Arav chuckled, embarrassed. "Only when they walk into my story." "Oh, and what role am I playing?" she teased. "The one who changes everything," he replied without thinking. They talked for hours, long after the rain had stopped. That night, Arav wrote his best chapter yet, a chapter about a girl with rain-kissed hair and eyes that carried entire galaxies. Days turned into weeks, and their meetings became a habit. Mira was an aspiring artist, painting colors Arav never knew existed. She believed in dreams and magic, in love stories that lasted lifetimes. One evening, as they walked along Marine Drive, Mira suddenly stopped. "Arav, do you believe in soulmates?" she asked, looking at the waves crashing against the rocks. "I believe in choices," he replied, "that we find someone and we choose to love them every day." She smiled. "Then choose me, Arav. Even when life gets tough, even when things don't make sense, choose me." Arav didn't answer with words. Instead, he pulled her into a kiss, tasting the salt of the sea and the sweetness of promises unspoken. Love, as they say, is never easy. Arav got his big break. A publishing house loved his novel, offering him a chance to move to London. But Mira had an opportunity too, an art residency in Paris. "What do we do?" Mira whispered one night, her head on his chest. Arav sighed. "We follow our dreams." "But you're my dream," she said, her voice breaking. They promised to wait, to make long distance work. But as weeks turned into months, calls became shorter, messages fewer. The time difference, the distance, it wasn't just miles keeping them apart. One night Mira sent a message. "Are we still us?" Arav stared at his phone for hours but never found the right words. Months passed. Mira stopped calling. Arav stopped writing. The love that once felt unbreakable faded into silence. Then one day he received a letter, no sender, just his name on the envelope. "Dear Arav, I waited. I waited for your words, your promises. But sometimes love isn't about waiting. It's about knowing when to let go. Maybe in another lifetime we'd get it right. Yours always, Mira." Arav read it over and over until the ink blurred with his tears. Years passed. Arav became a celebrated author, but no amount of success could fill the void Mira left. He traveled the world hoping to run into her, but fate had other plans. Then one winter evening in Paris, he found himself in an art gallery. His eyes landed on a painting, a familiar figure standing in the rain outside a small cafe in Mumbai. The title, "The One Who Changes Everything." Arav turned, his heart pounding, and there she was, standing across the room, her eyes carrying the same galaxies. She smiled. "Do you always stare at strangers like that?" Arav smiled back. "Only when they walk into my story. Because love, real love, always finds its way back, across miles, across time, across lifetimes."